Imagine a car that doesn't just carry passengers, so it carries prestige, heritage, and an entire nation's reverence for understated luxury. In 2025, Toyota has done something remarkable. They've redefined what Japanese opulence means, blending cutting-edge technology with the kind of craftsmanship that feels more at home in a temple than an assembly line. This is the 2025 Toyota Century Royal. And it's not just a car, it's a symbol. For those unfamiliar, the Toyota Century has always been a unique offering in the automotive world. It's the only car Toyota makes where money doesn't buy marketing. In fact, if you've seen a Century in the wild, you're likely in the presence of someone either extremely important or impossibly discreet. The Century Royal takes that philosophy and elevates it. Originally designed as the exclusive transport for the Japanese imperial family, the Century Royal has now been reimagined in 2025 for a new generation, still elite, still elusive, but now infused with modern technology, eco-conscious engineering, and a design ethos that remains unmistakably Japanese. First off, let's talk design. The 2025 Century Royal is not trying to be flashy. It doesn't follow the Western obsession with aggressive lines or oversized grilles. Instead, it draws on the aesthetic of wabi-sabi, a Japanese minimalism and beauty in imperfection. The silhouette is elegant, long, and subtly curved, like a brush stroke in sumi painting. At over 5.3 meters in length, it has a stately road presence, but not one that shouts. Instead, it whispers power. Up front, the grille is a work of art, a hand-polished aluminium with a vertical slat design, surrounded by laser-etched trim that plays with light like washi paper in the sun. The phoenix emblem, unique to the Century, is delicately placed above the grille, hand-carved and finished with airbrush lacquer. Each one takes hours to perfect. The headlights are matrix LED units, but unlike the cold, robotic beams of other luxury cars, these have a warm tone, engineered to resemble traditional lantern light. It's all part of the experience. This car doesn't want to overwhelm, it wants to soothe. Moving along the side, you'll notice the paintwork. What looks like black is actually a deep indigo with microscopic flakes of silver and gold, visible only under certain light. It's called eternal black, and it's applied in 7 meticulous layers, each hand-sanded between coats. The wheel arches are slightly flared, housing 20-inch forged wheels designed to absorb road imperfections like a sponge. Even the tires are specially developed by Bridgestone for this vehicle, focusing on quietness, comfort, and a unique tread pattern that channels water while maintaining serenity inside the cabin. And the doors, the doors, they don't just open, they glide, electrically assisted, double insulated, and soft close by default. Each one feels like it's operating on a cushion of air. When you open the rear, you're greeted by step illumination that mimics the pattern of a Zen garden, with LED waves flowing outward from your feet. That's the level of detail we're talking about. Inside, the cabin is a sanctuary. You won't find the cold, sterile design of German rivals here. Instead, the 2025 Century Royal is wrapped in the textures and tones of Kyoto craftsmanship. The headliner is made from hand-woven silk. The wood trim, sustainably sourced Japanese Erie wood, treated and polished by Takumi artisans over a 6-month process. The seats are upholstered in wool, a nod to traditional but not just any wool. This is ultra-fine, temperature-regulating, moisture-wicking, and softer than cashmere. Leather is available, but only if you special request it. Why? Because wool breathes, ages gracefully, and is historically what Japan's elite prefer. It's an expression of quiet dignity over flashy indulgence. Each seat, particularly in the rear, is a throne, fully reclinable, with heated massage functions, memory settings, air purifiers integrated into the headrests, and even climate-controlled ottomans. Between the rear seats is a center console hewn from real stone composite, embedded with a hidden touch screen, cup coolers, warmers, and an origami folded writing table that deploys silently. The cabin is so quiet it rivals professional sound studios. Engineers spent years tuning the acoustic glass, triple sealing the panels, and embedding active noise-cancelling speakers that create a literal bubble of silence. Even the engine is mounted on special gel-filled brackets to eliminate vibration. Now let's talk about what moves this behemoth. Under the hood is a 5.0-litre V8 hybrid powertrain, and not because Toyota wants to show off horsepower, but because it offers the smoothest, most linear performance imaginable. This isn't a car for acceleration bragging rights, it's about refinement. The hybrid system uses a lithium-ion battery and 2 electric motors to enable silent F-only operation up to 80 km per hour. When the engine engages, it's virtually imperceptible, thanks to active damping, sound isolation, and AI-controlled gear modulation. The entire drivetrain is tuned to prioritize smoothness, not aggression. The suspension system is a feat of engineering, with adaptive air suspension that reads the road hundreds of times per second. Combined with predictive GPS data, the car knows about bumps before it hits them. It adjusts ride height dynamically, even compensating for passenger weight to ensure a level ride. It floats over roads like a Shinkansen on rails. Toyota engineers call it the cloud mode. You might just call it surreal. In terms of technology, the 2025 Century Royal is full of it, but it's hidden. There are no giant touch screens dominating the dashboard. Instead, controls are subtly integrated into the surfaces, activated by gesture, voice, or proximity. There's a head-up display that merges seamlessly with the windshield, showing navigation and speed in a calligraphy-inspired font. The infotainment system is discreet but deeply intelligent, offering real-time language translation, biometric seat adjustment, and a digital assistant trained specifically in Japanese etiquette and formal speech. Safety, as you'd expect, is state-of-the-art. Toyota's Guardian AI suite in the Century Royal isn't just about collision prevention. It monitors passenger health, driver fatigue, and even adjusts cabin scent and lighting based on emotional states. It can detect irregular breathing, rising blood pressure, or signs of a panic attack, and it will calmly recommend rest or adjust environmental factors accordingly. And for those wondering, yes, it is chauffeur ready. There's even a dedicated driving school operated by Toyota for those assigned to operate the Century Royal, teaching everything from cornering etiquette to how to open doors based on a passenger's social rank. It's the only vehicle in the world where who drives you matters almost as much as what you're being driven in. Here's the thing. For the 2025 Century Royal is not for sale in the conventional sense. Toyota doesn't mass-produce them. Each car is built to order, and every customer goes through an approval process. Why? Because this car isn't meant to be flaunted. It's meant to be honored. Toyota will only sell it to individuals or institutions that reflect the values embedded in its DNA: dignity, discretion, and responsibility. There's a reason you'll never see a Century Royal in a rap video or Instagram flex. It's not about price here, it's about purpose. And if you're wondering what that price is, it's rumored to start around $250,000, but with customization and ceremonial options, it can soar well past $500,000. But again, this car isn't about money, it's about legacy. So why does the 2025 Toyota Century Royal matter? In a world increasingly obsessed with speed, spectacle, and status, here is a vehicle that reminds us of something else: of respect, of grace, of a culture that believes the best things are made slowly, by hand, and for a reason. In many ways, it's not just a car, it's a philosophy on wheels. In an era where technology moves fast and trends even faster, the Century Royal remains timeless. It's not here to compete. It's here to exist quietly, beautifully, and with unmatched dignity.